Well, here we are in Lancaster Castle. Lancaster Castle in Lancashire has been used for many purposes over the years, particularly to do with justice. It's been a courthouse, a prison, and indeed a place of execution. Probably the most famous executions that took place here were in 1612, when 10 witches from the nearby town of Pendle were accused of murder using the magical powers of witchcraft. They were brought here for trial, found guilty of murder, and executed. Now, not all that many witches were actually executed in this country, and those who were not convicted of witchcraft per se, but of crimes using witchcraft. Now, of course, things have changed over the years. These days nobody would be accused of witchcraft, and those changes have been built up slowly and steadily within the English legal system, building on the rights and liberties of freeborn English people that go right the way back to before the Norman conquest. But today that web of legislation and case law which has built up is now being reinforced by a Bill of Rights that's going through Parliament even as I speak. These are all homegrown rights, homegrown liberties, homegrown safeguards to stop the state unfairly molesting individual people. Now, Europe, of course, doesn't have such a good track record. Throughout the 20s and 30s, there were regimes who really introduced all sorts of really nasty breaches of human rights. And it was for that reason that the European Court of Human Rights was set up in the wake of the Second World War to try and ensure that those abuses never took place again. Here in England, of course, like I say, we have our own home-built safeguards, so arguably we don't need the European superstructure that has been built up. And were we to leave the European Union, as I hope we will continue to have the freedoms, liberties and safeguards that the English people have enjoyed for so many years. Of course, it didn't do the poor old Pendle witches much good, but things have moved on from then, and were we to leave the European Union, our individual freedoms and liberties would continue to be safeguarded. So I'm going to vote to leave.